owners are desperate due to charging issues, infrastructure gaps, and range anxiety. Electric vehicles are not yet satisfactory enough to displace their gas-powered counterparts. These proprietors have acquired valuable insights through personal adversity. They have had enough and are currently reverting to gasoline-powered vehicles. There are many factors for this, so let's examine a few of them. Number 7. EVs continue to be complementary vehicles. EV market expansion was particularly noteworthy during the years 2021 and 2022. Affluent households were not merely early adopters during this period. They were also the first to experiment with new technologies. Although these EV proprietors desired to be fashionable, were they ever prepared to abandon conventional gas-powered vehicles? The negative response is the case. Their EV purchases were not motivated by practical considerations, and they never completely converted to EVs. Conversely, their electric vehicles have consistently functioned as supplementary modes of transportation. Electric cars are frequently the second or third vehicle in such households, and are therefore driven primarily locally. Throughout more extensive and strenuous journeys, internal combustion engines continued to predominate. Simply stated, these proprietors did not make any changes. Rather, they merely incorporated an additional electric-powered vehicle into their garage. Since they have rarely demonstrated a sincere intention to transition to so-called green energy, they are typically uninterested in purchasing another unit. After testing out new technologies and acquiring their EVs, they have decided to stay with the more practical IC cars. It is therefore unsurprising that only 37% of Mustang Mach-E owners acquired an additional electric vehicle, whereas nearly half acquired another internal combustion engine vehicle. Aside from Tesla, which maintains a sizable percentage of devoted customers, the situation is essentially identical for other automakers and models. This is presumably because the overwhelming majority of zero-emissions enthusiasts prefer this brand, whereas customers who prioritize convenience and functionality favor others. Sixth on the list are charging failures. 70% of those who return to gas-powered vehicles cite charging issues as the primary reason, and do the issues multiply. In the first place, a considerable number of them lacked level 2 charging stations at home. Therefore, they soon realized they had two alternatives: use fast chargers at public stations, which substantially increases operating costs, or increase the range by no more than 30 to 40 miles overnight using a standard power outlet. Furthermore, the past few years of widespread electric vehicle usage have revealed that public charging stations lack reliability. A study conducted in the San Francisco Bay Area revealed that in 2023, an abortive charging attempt occurred every fifth time. It is worth noting that this occurs in an area of the country renowned for its highly developed charging infrastructures. There are a multitude of potential causes, such as malfunctioning screens, damaged cords, faulty payment systems, or sluggish charging speeds. Regardless of whether they utilize DC rapid charging or at-home charging, these motorists realize that EVs are unsustainable. More precisely, they realized that despite their favorable opinion of their performance and overall design, they were incapable of relying on them. The charging infrastructure is not only inadequate to accommodate the current fleet of electric vehicles on the road, but it is also unprepared for widespread electrification. Fifth on the list is real-world autonomy. That range remains a significant deterrent for prospective electric vehicle purchasers and is entirely acceptable. Those who purchased electric vehicles with the expectation that the range would satisfy their requirements discovered that the autonomy is not at all what was advertised, not even close. Due to the significant technological advancements that have occurred in recent years, at least a handful of EV models now boast a range of considerably more than 300 miles. Experience has taught us, however, that these claimed totals are exceedingly difficult to attain for a variety of reasons. Automobile manufacturers have yet to discover how to produce batteries that can endure severe abuse and severe weather. Additionally, a vigorous footfall rapidly depletes the battery. An electric pickup is particularly unfavorable due to its limited towing capacity compared to gas-powered alternatives and a range reduction of 2 to 3 times when subjected to intensive use, including towing, carrying, and off-roading. Motor Trend, for instance, tested an all-electric F-150 Lightning towing 3 different trailers weighing 3,100, 5,300, and 7,200 pounds and found that none of them could travel very far. The stated range of 280 miles was reduced to 11,590 and 70 miles in that order. It is evident that electric pickups have not yet attained the level of capability to completely supplant conventional counterparts, and it is difficult to envision anyone purchasing an all-electric pickup shortly. Number 4. Concerning reliability, in contrast to conventional wisdom, electric vehicles, EVs, lack reliability. Experts frequently emphasize in the early days of electric vehicles, EVs, that they were more straightforward and consequently more dependable than internal combustion engine vehicles ICEs. As it happens, however, reality is somewhat different. The most recent survey conducted by Consumer Reports, which analyzed over 300,000 vehicles manufactured from 2000 to 2023, found that electric cars generate 80% more issues compared to gas-powered vehicles. In addition to concerns regarding build quality, charging and battery malfunctions, non-operational infotainment systems, and other technological features are among the aspects that come to mind. Owners frequently lament inadequate assembly and misalignment of exterior panels, interior components, and other such elements. Given the aforementioned factors, it is unsurprising that a significant proportion of electric vehicle owners are reverting to gas-powered vehicles. Consider, for instance, the emotions that those Chevy Blazer EV owners experienced when their brand new electric SUV encountered all of those problems. Due to the abject design of the models, even a few journalists were unable to complete their test drives. In addition to battery and charging issues, Chevrolet's incapacity to optimize the software rendered the Blazer a living nightmare. 2 months of ownership and less than 2,000 miles were sufficient, according to Edmunds, for more than 20 diagnostic faults to manifest. However, the Blazer does not stand alone in this regard. The majority of electric vehicles achieve subpar reliability rankings, except Tesla, whose vehicles are merely ordinary in comparison to gas-powered vehicles. Number 3. Operating costs are quite high. This unfortunate revelation was yet another among the many that EV owners encountered, and it is one of the reasons why so many of them are reverting to gas-powered vehicles. It's been claimed that EVs are less expensive to operate than gas-powered vehicles. We have been hearing for quite some time that electricity is inexpensive and that routine maintenance services, such as oil changes, are not provided. However, it was discovered that EVs are not inexpensive to operate. Charging is initially only inexpensive when performed at home. Otherwise, it is frequently costlier than purchasing petroleum. Furthermore, there is the issue of upkeep. EVs do not necessitate fluid adjustments. However, their substantially greater weight expedites tire wear. In addition, there is the issue of restorations. The majority of EVs are still under warranty for their age, but what occurs in the event of a collision? EVs are constructed primarily of aluminum, and the majority of their components are manufactured to the point where replacement is impossible rather than repair. This specifically pertains to the battery housing, which is quite delicate and necessitates a reasonably circumspect repair approach. Furthermore, regarding repairs, it is crucial to bear in mind that the scarcity of adequately trained professionals in the area results in considerably higher costs for repair services. Lastly, do not overlook insurance premiums, which are significantly higher than those of gas-powered vehicles for evident reasons. When the MSRP is factored in, it becomes readily apparent why electric vehicle proprietors are not enthusiastic about purchasing another one. Number 2. The cost remains high. Given the considerable costs associated with electric vehicles, EVs, it is unsurprising that a considerable proportion of EV owners have no intention of acquiring another one, opting instead for gasoline-powered vehicles or hybrid systems. EVs continue to be significantly more expensive than internal combustion engines on average. The average purchase price during the previous year ranged from $55,000 to $60,000. Concurrently, purchasers are seeking something entirely distinct. Edmunds reports that prospective EV purchasers seek affordable EVs. Out of the total respondents, 47% desire an electric vehicle that costs under $40,000, whereas less than 30% are willing to spend $60,000 or more on one. Moreover, according to the most recent study by Boston Consulting Group, those who are still considering purchasing an EV prefer a vehicle that can travel 300 miles on a single charge and costs less than $50,000. At present, only one electric vehicle satisfies all three criteria. Consequently, numerous owners who purchased EVs featuring immature technology are content to return to petroleum. One primary consideration is type and capability rather than power sources. Except for those who purchased their vehicles with sustainability in mind, the majority of EV owners did so for practical reasons. They anticipated ease of use, practicality, economical operation, and smooth exploitation. Sadly, they were not provided with any of these. EV technology as it currently stands is somewhat unsatisfactory in terms of range, charging capabilities, and overall performance. Simply bear in mind the range of the F-150 Lightning that was previously discussed. The charging speed remains inadequate, and the unreliability of public ports further reinforces the notion that electric vehicles are still a considerable distance from attaining the same level of convenience as gasoline-powered vehicles. Additionally, they are more expensive, and the perpetual advancement of technology contributes to the phenomenon known as buyer's remorse syndrome. In summary, electric vehicle technology is not yet prepared to assume a prominent role, and numerous proprietors are reverting to tried and true design solutions, namely internal combustion engines. Excited about the future of electric vehicles? Subscribe for in-depth insights and the latest updates on the booming EV market, and stay ahead in the green revolution.